My bad. Sorry, go ahead.
Before you start with you, I guess a little bit closer then, I think you would have preferred to have seen, especially the way that the guys started. You had to see it.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing, I thought. I don't think our approach, the start was good. And, I used it as a bit of an opportunity, right? Like, rightly or wrongly, we're trying to also have one eye on the quick turnaround. So I thought maybe we could try and rotate some things. And, the momentum completely shifted, the vibe and the group completely shifted. And I know I played a part in that too, probably getting on them, probably a bit harshly. But, we're all professionals, right? And we have to address what's happening right now. And for what was a 14-point lead, we lose the lead and we're down at the end of the first quarter. It wasn't great. Collectively, not just me and the bench, but also the starting group, we all got to be better. I felt like some players, we really get out of second gear. Not to discredit what Illawarra did, but we're kind of spoilt now, right? Like, we get a win. I would have been ecstatic with this last season, but I felt like it wasn't a great win for us, if that is such a thing.
Are you happy with how the guys fought back after getting into that trouble at quarter time?
Shows that we're capable, right? And this is winning teams find a way to win. We've had this moment multiple times throughout the season, and the cool thing about it is, we got something to reflect on recently that we've done in round 12, 11, round 8, but we also did it in round 2, right? So it's cool that we can find a way to win, because that's what championship teams do, and that's what we're striving to be. So yes to that, yeah.
Taj very much likes the blackout game, and I feel like he was rolling pretty well. Obviously, he picked up those fouls. What do you make of his involvement tonight? Obviously, he comes up with a double-double, 4 steals. Looks fantastic, but those fouls kind of kept him out for 7
the stretch.
Or 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, then that's Taj, right? Like, that's the energy that he brings. You live with the good stuff, and then you also ride the momentum with some of the bad stuff, which is a bit of early foul trouble in his case. And, his capability of being able to play through that, and most games I would said just like, let it ride. But, with the game, it was such on a balance, on a nice edge balance, that I knew I needed Taj more to close it out rather than maintain the momentum that was happening in the third. So he closed it out brilliantly for us, and that's why he's a gaffer.
One last one, I guess. Obviously, you've got the day of transit tomorrow, day, night, a little bit of early morning. How do you feel, I guess, about the turnarounds, having a Friday night here, coming from a regional area where there's no flights, there's minimal flights. It pushes out your entire day in terms of preparation, and you end up arriving in New Zealand or getting to bed 14 hours before tip-off. Like, how do you feel about what that preparation is and your scheduling moving forward when it comes to this kind of turnaround? Yeah, I mean, it poses its challenges, but
from my standpoint, I'm ecstatic about the timing of it, right? So, you can look to try and make excuses of why we could potentially be flat or sore or hurt or whatever it may be, but this is where it also becomes a bit of a mental game. So we've done a great job this week with our high performance team and staff, and preparing for how now the next 40 hours looks, right? Knowing that 40 hours from now we're jump ball against New Zealand, and what we do individually, but also as a team between now and then, is going to best prepare ourselves for how that's going to look. It's an exciting challenge, right? And you also play into the mental side of it, which has come at the perfect time of the season for us.
Coach, you just spoke about the mental side of the game. Are these games against the team at the bottom of the table as tough as what you're facing on Sunday?
I think every team's tough, and I'm not just saying that, right? Like, it poses a different challenge. I know, like, even before I came here, everyone kept talking about like Illawarra being like this hoodoo team. I don't believe in that. Like, I don't think that's a thing. But Illawarra's a tough outfit. Now, New Zealand pose a different challenge, right? They're wanting to reclaim their second spot back. Them knowing that if they lose to us, now we sort of get this 2.5 game buffer, which is great for us. So that's what we're playing for. It adds different elements. pressure situations, right? Who plays a little bit tighter, who plays a little bit looser, always plays a factor. But you know, New Zealand's tough. We haven't beat them yet. You know, twice we've built a lead and then we lost it down the stretch, and we're going to go into the joint again without Keanu. So, you know, we're going to rely on everybody to step up and you know, get a deserving win.
What are you looking to clean up from tonight so you can bring it into the game against New Zealand?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. You can probably, you know, dress down what happened in the game, and we'll reflect on it, and we'll do a quick little cut up. There's not too much you can get review process from this with a quick turnaround. You know, I think there's it's more of individual stuff, which, you know, we'll address and we'll touch base on with those guys. But yeah, you know, I don't think I got long enough on the presser to deep dive for you at this stage, but you know, there's enough. There's definitely enough.
And just last one for Ben. The Hawks, they pressured a lot tonight. How did that feel on the court, handling that kind of stuff?
I mean, we just played them, so we were prepared for it. Yeah, I thought we still kind of struggled. I struggled a little bit in that press, but yeah, we're just trying to play championship basketball down the stretch. So we've got to clean some things up, like we said, going into the New Zealand game. But no doubt we can get that done.
We'll go to Zoom. Chris, any questions?
Yeah, I'll ask a couple for Ben quickly. Looking ahead to that game on Sunday against New Zealand, how exciting is it being part of this team, knowing that you're fighting for second spot at this point of the season after where you came from last season, and it must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's a big boy game, you know, coming up. Perfect, like Forde said, perfect timing for us for this group. A really big challenge, travel, all that. We can make all the excuses, but trying to play championship basketball, moving down the stretch. So it's exciting, you know. It's exciting to be playing in really meaningful games down the stretch in January and Feb. So yeah, it's a big time challenge for us, but yeah, like you said, it is exciting for this group.
Forde, just one from me. Looking ahead to Sunday, obviously your front court is undermanned without Keanu, but you did such a good job tonight, especially on Sam Trolling. I mean, you completely shut him out of the game. Does that give you confidence going into the front court of the Breakers that this team can get the job done?
Yeah, I think Wardenberg for us has been amazing, and you know, having Keanu out has helped sort of fast track, you know, him in a sense of the physicality. He was always going to be a good basketball player. He's always, you know, been capable of shooting the three and getting on the rim, and you know, his court vision for a big, you know, he passes like a point guard, and so now, you know, the last 5 games especially, we've been more reliant on him to take some tougher matchups, you know, things that you know, he has experience in, especially playing in college, but now that you hear the games officiated differently, right? And you know, he's a fast learner, and you know, every time he steps on the floor, he does something else to add that layer to his game, which, you know, we're super reliant on. And you know, not just him, you know, it's great when you got you know, DJ getting 8 rebounds as well. Juk was a madman on the tap outs. I know he's only listed for 5 rebounds, but I think he's probably accountable for another 2 or 3 of those tap outs, which is what we needed. So, you know, this is what we asked for, right? Was this collective buy-in from everybody else to sort of chip in, and especially amongst those 3 guys, and Davey for stretches too. They've done a remarkable job.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.